Well, okay.
Oh, hello there.
Oh,
We're up suddenly.
why? I was just playing to myself there.
Well, welcome everybody to the IMT. Boy, these glasses make me look really weird. Welcome to the IMT stream, and that was Alice Howe bringing us into live. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start off with Gabrielle Louise. She'll play 4 tunes. Then Joey, whom you saw in there briefly, will play 3, and then Alice Howe will play 4, and then we're going to come back to Joey and feature a video. So, Gabrielle, you and I go way back. I'm going to leave the glasses on for a minute, just because what the hell. And so I thought, okay, but I know you sort of so well that I'm going to ignore the press releases and talk about, doing
I like
recordings
that
with
idea.
you.
I'm in favor of that idea.
But I looked at this first press release. There's a quote from Bob Gottlieb, who's a contributor to No Depression. No Depression, folks, if you're unfamiliar with it, it is a tremendous online way of finding out who's making music, what's coming out that's good, where you can see people in a normal environment. It's really good, and it's not snarky. They seem to have a no snarky rule. Nobody gets on there and bashes people. So it's just the good stuff, and I've always appreciated that. And Gottlieb's a good writer, so I'm going to read this paragraph because he uses lots of words that I never get to use, and it's all true. So here it is. Gabrielle Louise says, listen to these words: eclectic, eccentric, seductive, flexible, literate, and a plethora of other descriptive adjectives that pertain to music and creativity, and yet there is no pinning down this woman. No way to sum her up in one word. Well, that's obvious, Bob. She manages to blend seemingly disparate styles of music and lyrics into a captivating blend, a homogeneous mix of folk, bluegrass, and jazz. Her voice is going to make time stand still in that it is full, rich, and has great nuance in it. And you know what? I could take the glasses off. And that's true. I mean, everything you said is true. And I think part of the making the room stand still is why why the internet was giving us trouble. The internet was not cooperating. It just said it was too busy listening to what we were doing instead of being at the right speed.
Thanks.
So
You couldn't see because you were reading the quote, but I looked absolutely miserable having to listen to that.
It's a good quote. I mean, look at those long words. I mean, you could enter
All those multi-syllabic words. I know.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
thank you,
just
Bob. That was very, very sweet.
think of what you could do in a, if you were playing Scrabble and could pull up any of those words. No, but seriously, I mean, we're having a good time. I've always had a good time with you. I think our recording that I had to convince you to do, well, not that hard, of Desolation Row, we put up there on the YouTuber, and the guy that was normally your piano player, well, I mean, he was the piano player, but he was playing melodica on that cut, and it's just this quirky, wonderful Desolation Row that I listen to every now and then.
Aw, thanks. Hard to go wrong with that song.
Folks, that's it. I'm done talking. Rob's probably he hasn't shot me the note, but take it from here. Give us some good ones.
Okay. I'm going to play some new songs. I'm going to play a song that I wrote in March when the COVID conditions started just quarantining all of us. And my CD came out the same week that stay-at-home orders happened in Paonia. So immediately all of my CD release shows were canceled. But there was this strange silver lining in it because it was the conditions that I was in when I wrote the record was a real place of contemplative solitude. And so then I thought it was interesting to be releasing the record under those overall cultural conditions. So not complaining too much. And then of course, being in isolation, I was able to write. So I'm going to play a song that I wrote for you in March. This song is, let's see. Yeah. What am I going to call it? Jumping at the Shadows. Yeah. Feel like I'm going crazy. Every evening it's the same. How long has this restless feeling been circling my brain? Was it better when I was younger? takes flight. I wonder, where did he go? Where did he go? Wish I was singing under stage lights, or getting drunk on midnight songs. Wish we were making love in the broad daylight, with only sunshine on. And I trust it came so easy when I'd risk a little more. Didn't have this fear of failing, with both feet in the door. Oh, the wind is blowing cold and high, and you're jumping at the shadows. A lonely bird on the rooftop takes flight. I wonder, where did he go? Where did he go? Oh, the wind is blowing cold and high, and you're jumping at the shadows. Is it a dream or is it real life? I guess we really don't know. We really don't know.
All right. And you know, great choice went into picking the room you're in now. We should probably tell people how we decided on the room you're in. I think that's a great story.
Well, because I'm just moving back into my house. I had gotten renters, because I was gonna go on a big long CD release tour, and so their lease just ended, and it feels wonderful. But I'm in this empty house, so you probably hear a lot of reverb, and that's why.
But it's a good reverb.
Yeah, it's an empty
And
house.
the
reverb.
lighting. Talk about the lighting. That was our big issue.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit earlier here in Colorado. So I don't even have anything really moved in, including lights. There's just a couple of dim lights. So that's why I'm going first. We're going to do my set before the sun goes down here in Colorado, in
Makes
rural
perfect
Colorado.
sense.
Yeah.
So listen, make sure this is to everybody that's listening now. Hit your share buttons, okay? Please get out there and get other people on this show, okay? It's really important. Everybody in the world is streaming, it seems like, and we just got to let people know. And we also noticed that oftentimes after the show, when it's living up on Facebook and living on people's sites and living on imtfolk.org, afterwards the views go way up. So people at least come back to it. But it's so much more fun if they can catch it live. So, and then they can make comments, like in the live comments. And if Rob, who's our engineer of this show, if he particularly likes a comment, he'll throw it right up on the screen. So there you go. Look, he's putting a few up there now. Leslie Covington's in the house, and he stopped, caught me. He probably stopped me to say, "Okay, stop talking, Dave. Let's go back to Gabrielle and have her sing."
Well, this
And
is
I appreciate
exciting
that.
for me, Dave, because this is my first streaming gig. We were very nervous about all the technological stuff because I'm kind of a Luddite, but you got it working. You sent me this beautiful mic in the mail. So I'm very excited to be doing this for the first time since the COVID craziness. So shall I do another song? This is another song that I wrote. This is in chronological order here. This is once my attitude got better. And I started working on projects and planting a garden with my family. So this song is called Planting Gardens. Oh, actually, I think I'll put it down in a different key. Now the sun is taking center stage, crawling down my window pane. There is not a single thing I know about tomorrow. Maybe we never knew it anyway, and that was just a game we played, so we didn't have to feel the sorrow. But here we are, hands in the ground. Here we are, pulling the children close around, planting gardens, taking back our lives. Oh, maybe in the darkness there's a light. There's a trick I play on my own mind. What I search is what I'll find. Seems to work most every time. I wanna change perspective, 'cause there's never any guarantee, but where I look is what I'll see. So I learned to love the mystery, and I give my heart directive. Here we are, hands in the ground. Here we are, pulling the children close around, planting gardens, taking back our lives. Oh, maybe in the darkness there's a light. Here we are, hands in the ground. Here we are, pulling the children close around, planting gardens, taking back our lives. Oh, maybe in the darkness there's a light. Yeah, maybe in the darkness there's a light. Oh, maybe in the darkness there's a light.
All right. Yes, indeed. How new or old is that one? That's a,
Yeah, like last month, I think. Yeah.
yeah. It is strange, isn't it? Being sort of, you know, we're sheltered, but it releases a whole different part of you, because you've got to sit there and you've got to get it out somehow. So a lot of people writing, and obviously you are too.
Yeah.
For your first stream, I gotta feel like you were looking right at me, and that was wonderful, which means you were looking right dead ahead like you are now at the audience. And streaming doesn't work for certain performers, and because of that kind of, there's a feeling of disconnect, because you are singing into a computer, essentially, but to make it feel like there's someone right in the room with you and they're live, whew, it's real good.
Well, I'll tell you, Dave, I can't wait until we're back in your venues, though.
Well, I know we all feel that way.
It's going to be a good day when it comes around. I'm excited.
Yeah, we're just going to be so careful until then.
Yeah.
So that we can go back to these venues. Okay, give us another one.
Okay, cool. I think I'm gonna do Kathy's song, which I'm sure everybody watching knows, but I learned it the other day and I'm just enjoying playing it. And I love the verse where he says, he's talking about just not having any more beliefs, you know. And I feel like we're all kind of upside down right now, so I resonated with that. Let's see. I hear the drizzle of the rain like a memory it falls, soft and warm, continuing, tapping on my roof and walls. And from the shelter of my mind, through the window of my eyes, I gaze beyond the rain-drenched street to England where my heart lies. My mind's distracted and diffused. My thoughts are many miles away. They lie with you when you're asleep, kiss you when you start your day. A song I was writing is left undone. I don't know why I spend my time writing songs I can't believe, with words that tear and strain to rhyme. And so you see, I've come to doubt all that I once held as true. I stand alone without beliefs. The only truth I know is you. And as I watch the drops of rain weave their weary paths and die, I know that I am like the rain, there but for the grace of you go I.
Yep. So I remember one of the first times that you performed in the IMT series, you were playing your dad's guitar. Because at the end of it, you flipped the guitar over so we could see the back of the guitar. And it said, "Thank you."
Yeah.
Am I right about that memory?
Yeah. My
Thanks.
dad had written in masking tape on his D28, thanks. Yeah, so that he
Thanks.
could flip it over after a show. He was just like, yeah, it was his silly sense
And of
of
course,
humor.
I thought you had
Yeah.
done that. And then to me, it was even cooler to know that it was your dad and that he had come up with that. And now you were playing his guitar. And
Yeah.
so that sort of did he drag you around to, to some of his shows? Not drag you, but bring
Oh
you
yeah,
along?
oh for sure, yeah. My dad played with a lot of really cool groups. He played in a duo with my mom called Los Dos, the Two, and he played in a country band called the Monroe County Outlaws, which was super cool. And then for years he played with a country singer named Michael Martin Murphy, and that was probably his longest gig. And so I went.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always kind of running around backstage at those shows. Heard Wildfire an awful lot of times as a kid. Yeah.
Wow. And did he ever show you things on guitar, or did that just sort of come later?
Yeah, I think like I would have happily not played the guitar forever and just sang. And my dad was kind of like, all right, you're going to need to learn to accompany yourself.
Right.
So
Can't
yeah,
just sit there with a
yeah.
tambourine. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so he bought me my first classical guitar. And I don't think pedagogy was like his strongest suit in the world, but it's funny. I can like really, my dad's been passed away, I think 8 years now, maybe a little more. And almost more than his face, I can picture his hands on the guitar. Yeah, just the shape
That's
of
a
his
song.
fingers. Yeah.
That's a song. Wow. You got to remember that phrase.
Yeah,
That's
maybe so.
oof. All right.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk, but after that phrase, I'm choked up. So take
Yeah.
it away. Give us another one.
He was a wonderful, wonderful musician. Okay, cool. Well, I think this is my last number, and this one's real playful. This is another kind of new song. Election season is coming up. So this is a different kind of election song. This is about electing a partner. It's called The Candidate for Your Affection. Yeah. I read this book called The Art of Loving by Eric Fromm. And before I read it, I thought, I want to figure out what I think the art of loving is before I let some like dead white guy tell me what he thinks the art of loving is. And so what I concluded was it's just your attention. It's what you pay attention to. So this is a song about trying to get somebody's attention. That hat and coat you always dress in, the tie you fix in your reflection. I wanna be your selection. The pepper in your garden harvest, fruit you feel down at the market, your favorite kind of tea. You're in the mood for choosing something, babe. Consider picking me. The book you read on your vacation, coordinates called into your fire station. I wanna be your destination. Call letters on your stereo, the long and winding highway home. The curves you memorize. Oh, you're dialing in your station, babe. Consider picking mine. Oh my, what I would do to be the thing you pay attention to. Oh my, I'll settle for anything that you adore. The jumps, the spark inside your jumper cable, that foot you find under the table, the whimsy in your wine. You need a picture in your pocketbook. Consider stashing mine. Oh my, what I would do to be the thing you pay attention to. Oh my, I'll settle for anything that you adore. The for re-election. Until then, I'm knocking doors sincerely, fondly, truly yours. Signed, the candidate for your affection.
Well, that's a good way to sort of alter the mood a bit and make it a kind of little jump tune and a kind of a friendly kind of bopping along. It's yeah, candidate for your affection. Well, yep.
Please vote for me. Yeah, it's funny without an audience, but it's just like it's still fun to play music. Turns out music is fun.
Yeah. No, I mean, I always come out of these shows, going, oh yeah, God, I so miss the give and take and the learning more about the audience. And I kind of like this format of, where normally if you were in concert and there were 200 people in the room, I wouldn't come up after a song and say, so let's talk about that. What was that one about?
But it helps the exchange, because in lieu of the audience. Yeah, I agree. I think it was a good
streaming
selection.
is its own kind of world there. So.
Yeah, it's like we're on a podcast.
Yeah. Thank you for taking part in this. Again, make your donations. You can see it scrolling along the bottom, GabrielleLouise.com, PayPal me, got Gabrielle Louise Music. This is it. These are the gigs for artists today, folks. So, you got to stay home and have Gabrielle in your living room and, send her some bucks. Just think she needs lamps in her house. So
I need lamps. Look at I got no lamps.
So, it'll go to a good cause. The cause is Gabrielle.
That's right.
Okay.
Aww.
Well,
Thank you, David. Yeah.
My pleasure. We're gonna shift over to Joey now. Here we go. Hi, Joey.
Well, hello there. How do you do?
Oh man, it's good to see you. Not as good as when you saved my butt at a concert. And I can't remember the guy's first name, but he was an incredible jazz guitarist. His last name was Malone.
Yeah. No, I
What was
definitely
his first
remember
name?
that. Oh man, oh my gosh.
Joe. It wasn't Joe.
It totally started with a J. I definitely remember that as well. That was a solid 4 years ago and some change.
Yeah,
Probably,
so
maybe
what
5.
happened, you and I know what happened.
Right.
Basically, this was run by the Dunbarton House Concert Series, which is a 500-seat room. And I had spoken to the artist over the phone. He was living in New York City. He's an incredible jazz guitarist. I can't come up with his first name at the moment. And he had sent me his tech sheet, but then I got the tech sheet from the venue, the woman that was coordinating the concert, and she said, we need a stand-up bass, and we're going to have our own piano there, and the guy loves the Fender Twin reverb amp. I said, I got an old 1972 that's been rebuilt. It'll be great. So I went over the tech with her and had everything. And we got down there, we set things up, and they were running late. And then he walks in, and I said, hey, here's everything you need. You're going to love the Fender Twin. And he says, yeah, that's great. Where's the drum kit? I said, we don't need a drum kit. And I thought he was kidding that they were bringing their own drum kit because the drummer hadn't arrived. Because it wasn't on the tech sheet. But then he pulled out his tech sheet that he didn't actually go over in detail. So we're now less than an hour away from bringing people into the room to set up for the concert.
Unbelievable.
You were working at House of Musical Traditions. You knew that I had a drum kit in the basement, a rental drum kit.
Yep.
And you drove through DC with the drum kit in your car where most of it fit, except the kick drum was bungee corded to the roof of your car.
Yeah.
And then because you knew drums, you got in there, we got set up. The audience had no clue that 15 minutes before they walked into the room, we had a drum kit.
We'd been in a panic. Yeah, conveniently less than an hour away at the good old House of Musical Traditions.
Oh, man. Oh, and he was he was furious. I mean, we sound checked without the drum kit. I apologized to him. I said, look, it wasn't on the tech sheet, and that wasn't the point at that point. But
The drummer
anyway.
held it down too. I remember talking to him after the show. Yeah, he was also a
Yeah.
freelance artist up in New York City, and I was kind of just getting my feet under me in terms of being a gigging freelance drummer here in the
Yeah.
DMV, and so I thought that was phenomenal.
And then now, so the segue of this is now you've shifted. I guess mostly I hear you on guitar. You know?
Yeah, well, especially in these times, it's a little bit easier to facilitate this rig rather than that rig.
Yeah, that's true.
I am primarily a drummer. That's how most of my friends, family, coworkers, former employers, in the case of Mr. Dave Eisner, do know me. But I like the sixth string as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first time I heard you play guitar and sing was at an Iliami gig, I believe, and I thought, oh, this is nice. He's gonna come up. I hadn't heard him sing, and like me and the rest of the audience were like, whoa, where's this guy been? So that's one of the reasons you're here tonight, brother. Because
Hey, thank you.
it's really wonderful. It's great to have both sets of skills in the same person. So.
And I can shout and scream as loud and as evocatively as I want to, but if people like you aren't listening, then I wouldn't get opportunities like this. So gratitude, man, gratitude.
It's fun. All right, take us into a couple tunes here.
Hey, this is a song that I wrote. I wrote this in October of 2018 after the unfortunate confirmation of a Supreme Court justice by the name of Brett Kavanaugh. This is a song that I worked on for a little while. Some of my songs took me years, some of my songs took me months, some of my songs took me hours. I'm sure I'm not alone in that wide disparity. This one I wanted to come out with as quickly as I could, in response to that upsetting and unfortunate appointment. So I hope you guys like it, and I hope you guys catch the sincerity. You can look it up on SoundCloud. That's the website. Here we go. If I could break bread with the head of the politics till streets run red with the words of their promises until they said they would take care of all of it. Now all the workplace smirks, all the vice, all the college shit. I ain't scared of the price or the consequence. They don't wanna play nice and we're calling it out. Enough, said the woman with her son and a sign. I can't trust these grandfathers, they're out of time. It's too much, let the daughters and the waters rise. Get up! And if you need a leader, look inside. You've got the strength of 10 men in just the feminine. And if you believe in her, here, have mine. I've got more where that came from. I've got more than any predator expects from me. A prayer heaven send gender bent on equity and holy war ain't the words, just let the record speak for itself. Cause there's a wealth of skeletons in the closet to anyone who feels alone or under attack. If someone's touchy pushy, you can more than grab back. Let me say it more sure for the people in the back. You're a survivor. Shout it from the rooftop, say it out loud. It's your voice, your power. Show them all that you've got, you can stand proud. Your body is a cherry tree and you're the spring. They can't poison your flower. You gotta give it everything, cause if not now, They try to tell us who we are is to ask for it, but that's the past. Time to bring up all the task for it. Nasty women don't wear a mask when they put you on blast for it. Better get your cash for your cask for it. And we receive the message from the wounded souls, and we relieve the ones who would abuse control. And please believe it's not your fault, you're not alone. It's not your shame, you're not to blame, you're not the problem, you're the solution. And this is retribution for the execution of your innocence, the penitence for sinners who were winning in a sense, but now they're losing. Coughing up excuses like pollution. They're clowns and they're anything but amusing. So tell them all what you think, tell them all what you've been through, and tell it true. Cause if you've heard what I've heard, tired of the same old, you deserve to feel like new. Survivor. See something, say something, do something, mean something, make something. You don't have to lose nothing. Don't shut it up and don't shut down. Shout it from the rooftop, say it out loud. It's your voice, your power. Show them all that you've got, you can stand proud. Your body is a cherry tree and you're the spring. They can't poison your flower. You gotta give it everything, cause if not now, time's up, rise up, this is Providence. Good luck, they're gonna need a lot of it. If you like where you're sitting on top of it, gonna make you shake at the thought of it. Time's up, rise up, this is Providence. Good luck, they're gonna need a lot of it. And if you like where you're sitting on top of it, gonna make you shake at the thought of it. You can feel like you've lost, look what you've found. They can't destroy your power. Every day's a new start, you can start now. You were always blossoming and can't be cut down. It's your choice to flower. You can cut through the hardest ground. Shout it from the rooftop, say it out loud. It's your voice, your power. Show them all that you've got, you can stand proud. Your body is a cherry tree and you're the spring. They can't poison your flower. You've gotta give it everything, cause if not now,
That's got some imagery. That's,
hey, thanks.
Yes, indeed.
That's what music's about, man. It's about the energy.
Yeah, that Kavanaugh thing. Yeah, that was a dark moment.
It's upsetting enough to write a song about, right?
Oh yeah, a dark moment in an already dark and tumultuous sky, basically.
Genuinely. Yeah, I play it to myself sometimes, that song, just to make sure that I know that I at least, was able to respond in some kind of way. There's not too much that you feel like you can do sometimes.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. Things that aren't scary. There's a request from a couple people. Do you have a PayPal account?
Oh, in fact, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
I mean, I see the Venmo up there.
Yeah, I used to. It was like 4 email addresses ago. I haven't used PayPal in like 8 years. I would love to set one up. I don't think that I could do that right here without taking an undue break.
No, we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Sorry,
what
everybody.
You
Thank
know
you.
what?
It's the thought that
Send it
counts.
send it to IMT, and just say, please forward this to Joey.
You can do that. Thank you, Dave.
We've
That's
done
really
that.
kind.
We've done it before. Yeah, we take a small cut, 70-80%, but
Sure. Yeah, no, it's not. That's all.
yeah, just all.
No big deal.
Let's see, and let's see, and then the other request, which comes from Rob,
Hey.
is turn your guitar up a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Rob will let me know if. Yeah. Okay. So what do we got? Another one.
I've got another one, and you know what? I've already got my capo here on the 2nd fret, so
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
play. I'm gonna play a little bit of a self-indulgent song. This is a song about feelings. It's a song about emotion.
But
that
not
thing.
feelings.
No, not
Not
feelings.
that song.
Different. No,
We'd-
not
we'd
that
X you out.
specific.
Oof.
Okay, good.
All right. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay.
All right, so. Yeah, I enjoy this song. I hope you guys enjoy this song.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Lost and found, if hearts could be, that sounds like you and me. It's like you're gone. It's been so long, I can't breathe. I want those better days so I can give you all of mine. And I want you all the ways I tried to tell you once upon our long drives. Oh, those nights were so bright. And I want you close to me to show you love we both could use. But there's someone else you see that's got your heart and you say that you're not confused. Well, alright. That's fine. Well, I want what you want, I just can't handle it. So I'll write you one song, play it out, then abandon it. Yeah, right. I'm halfway done with the 9. So where do you start when there's so much unspoken? Don't wanna hurt you, so I'll just keep the pain to myself. This would be the part where you'd cry, 'cause I'm broken, but I don't feel like that would help. Yeah, I want what you want. Never had one like me before. But just give me one shot to show you what you could love me for. I might get it just right. Or you could put me in your school and I could imagine it. I bet you I'd find all the right tools faster than a graduate might find. In time. So look at me now, awkwardly, foolishly acting as if I've forgotten the feeling's gone, so we can both pretend like I forgot to mention. Am I humble or proud? Well, you can decide for me, 'cause I don't think I'll be able to see beyond the tragedy of unsung intentions. I'll never give up. I'm fighting to love you, and I couldn't care less what it costs me. I can't get enough, and doing the right thing, yeah, it's tough, but doing nothing is much more exhausting. Oh, nothing is more exhausting. But I've been waiting right where you tossed me. You must not have noticed, you just about lost me. So I'll just keep waiting till you or someone like you wants me. It's a fun song to play. Can't hear you.
Dave, you got to unmute on your end, man.
There you go. How about that? The more I listen to you, you get a lot of words in, especially right at the end of a phrase. So it's almost, but not spoken word, but you're getting like extra credit, so to speak, in those phrases. It's pretty cool. It's
Well, thank you.
and you don't rush it either. You don't make it so that it's in a staccato or high speed. It's kind of neat.
No, that's one of the tough things that you learn as a drummer is don't start the song too fast. You will mess the singer up. So when I get to be both, I'm in total control. I'm like a demigod. I'm like a genie.
You know, I think that Freebo is listening to us as we do this because of his association and friendship and working partner Alice Howe. And Freebo probably really understood and was happy to hear that comment about the drummer not coming in, because Freebo for many years made his living as an extraordinary bass player.
Oh yeah, they've got a similar range. Sorry about that, by the way. My laptop, I thought the battery would last the whole time. I had to go plug it in. Thankfully, it wasn't too far away. But yeah, man, bassists got a similar territory, which is interestingly enough, actually an instrument that I played before I played drums.
All right. Well, let's
Put
see.
something in
I
my
think
hands.
you've done 3 now, correct?
I think that was 2. I don't know if my counting skills are failing me.
Okay, well, if it's 2, then we get to do a 3rd. You know, it's weird because I get into the lyrics and I sort of like forget where the song starts and stops.
Totally.
I have a feeling other people do this too. It's just
Good.
it's a tad embarrassing when you're hosting a show and it's like, wait a minute, did he play 2? He played 3?
No. That's and you may know this. You may know this very well, but that is the goal, oftentimes, of a set list. Man, is to create an experience that feels deeper and longer than the experience actually is. If I can make a 30-minute set feel like 3 hours, I have achieved. If I make a 1-hour set feel like 5 minutes, what did you really like? You know, you walked in, you walked out, man. But you spent an hour of your life, and if you know, you got to be there, present, man. Time slows down when you're really focused. So I get that, and I take that as a personal compliment.
Well, and I take it as a personal save. Thanks. Okay, well, now for Joey's 3rd tune we're about to get.
This song is I think pretty relevant to the times. I wrote it obviously, well, not obviously, but I'll tell you guys this secret. Before we were all self-isolating. I wrote this song prior to March of this year. And I wrote it in January of 2017 actually. And it's kind of about self-isolating. It's kind of about deciding to remove yourself from an equation called society, to find peace. So I hope that in these times you guys have been able to find that. I know a lot of people are really missing their friends. I'm missing my friends, but you know, there's a fine line between introversion and extroversion that we are all capable of meeting in. And you can find some peace no matter what the situation if you focus on that good energy. Here it goes. song is called Empty. Starting from zero, there's nothing like nothing, and I'm not a hero to anyone but me. Now I'm in my head too deep, caught up in thoughts I am willing to dread, and by now it's like bread to me, but I am still hungry. Well, I'm not the worst. No, I'm not the words you'd use to describe me. I'm a reflection of all you respect, and you came to find me. I am the secrets you wish to reject, and you try to hide me. But I am the last thing that you would expect. I could be a healer, I could be hurting, or I could be lost on these 6 city streets, but I could be searching. Or I could be more than your prayers provide. If you need a brother, or I could be just what you see with your eyes, a criminal lover. Or I could be empty. It's not such a bad thing. Married to emptiness, hollow sweet ring out of the story. Perfecting, find where my ends meet, like best friends connecting. Sunsets the glory. I am the ocean, I am the sky, all the expanses you hope to explore when you're too scared to try. I am the chances that walk through the door you would pass by, and all of the dances when you were unsure. I might be a shy boy, but is it kindness or violence? 'Cause I can talk hours and into the night, but I can stay silent. I might be waiting for somebody strong to come get me, or I might be hoping each one of you all will help me forget me, so that I can be empty and nothing can have me. Closer to peace than bliss, keep nothing for me, take nothing from me. The best thing is that nothing can trap me. No, there's nothing distressing about molding my soul into constant outpouring. You know I should be empty. It's not such a bad thing. Married to emptiness, I could hollow a sweet ring out of that story, perfecting. I could find where my ends meet, just like best friends connecting. Sunsets and bed sheets with none of the glory.
Strong, very strong.
Thanks.
I'm really glad you were able to do this.
Oh, me too, man. Hey, thank you. Anytime I get a call from you is a blessing, man. It's a great time.
Or I need a drum kit, right?
Or you need a drum kit, which is still cool, man. If I'm not going to show you guys around this room, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in this room, and I've got as many in the other room. It's too many.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank
you. We're going to come back for your final song, so to speak. A very, very, very special video. And hang around, folks. That's all I can say. Hang around.
I'll be here. Will you guys be here? I'll be here.
We'll be
Thank
here.
you. Hey.
And Alice Howe is here, so we're gonna shift over to Alice
Hey.
right now. Yeah.
Shift on over.
You know, and look, the lighting has changed. It's golden.
I know. I can't. It's just gonna be golden, I guess.
Yeah, it's really,
little pink. It's a sunset.
this streaming stuff is just, there's all this other stuff that we give up the control, and it's okay.
Yeah.
It's like it's
It's
like
a
we're in the
different
living
medium.
room. Yeah.
It's definitely there's a lot more to pay attention to. Little things, when you're on stage, it's a little more in the moment. I find I have to put myself in that place really intentionally. But yeah.
Well, this is exciting. I'm so glad you were able to do this. When I tracked you down, you were who are you? Who represents you now?
Tracked me down. Jim Fleming, the wonderful Jim Fleming.
Yeah.
Yes.
I go back far enough to when it was Fleming and Tamulevich
Oh,
together.
yeah.
And
Yep.
I always hesitate because I know them both. I work with them both, and it's like, which one is it again?
Yeah.
Because and essentially the lineups, the artists are very compatible between the agencies. So
Yeah.
but that's a good thing that you're
It's
there.
been great. I started working with Jim last summer, and it was just it's been great. I mean, I'm even in this time, which has been so unusual, I just feel so grateful to have his support, and we've been doing a lot of connecting just within the agency between the artists and among ourselves, and it's just been really great to have that support. Yeah.
I looked through your notes. I wasn't going to ask you, but I guess I have to. That meeting Freebo really, that changed.
Everyone
that
just
changed
wants to
your
talk
world.
about Freebo. Just
No,
kidding.
I don't want to talk about him. I got his high cut Converse sneakers. Back when he was. That's his little signature on the Bonnie
he's a
Raitt.
cool
No,
cat.
he's a great guy, and but the concept of mentoring
Yes.
is really, it's really. You don't have branches until you have roots, and you got to find out where those roots are.
Yeah, it's
And-
been almost like an apprenticeship of
Yeah.
my time working with him. We met at Northeast Regional
At
Folk
Folk Alliance,
Alliance.
yeah.
A couple back in 2016, and at the time I had just put out my EP, "You've Been Away So Long," and which was a really acoustic 5-song EP. And Freebo heard it and just said, "Have you ever thought about working with a band and a producer?" And I was like,
Right.
whoa, what? Sure.
Yeah.
Can we do that? So I actually flew out to California, and we recorded my record Visions in Bakersfield, California with a band, and Freebo produced it, and it was a wonderful experience.
Yeah, he played
Yeah.
an IMT concert many years ago when he was just, this is going to sound weird, just starting out as a singer-songwriter.
Yes, yeah.
He was everybody's favorite player, but different vibe for him and all of us. And
Yeah.
I'm in, I guess you'd say age-wise, we're right in the same period. So a lot of his experiences were my experiences. I was in the audience, he was on the stage, but
I'm sorry I missed that period in musical history.
it was.
I'm
it was-
re-experiencing it in my own way. I'm recreating
yes,
my own
and-
reality.
Right.
Oh,
It
hey,
was an
Nina
amazing
Gibson.
time.
Sorry,
Oh,
I see a
that's
comment
good.
coming
See?
up.
That's good. All right, and see, you wouldn't do that in a regular concert,
That's right. Oh, and my cousin Gloria. Wow, this is great.
See,
You
This
know,
is-
the gang's all here.
and that was the concept of putting this one together. Is we had someone from Colorado. I think of you as now California, but even though you're in Newton, Mass. At the
I'm
moment.
bi-coastal.
Yeah, and then Joey being in Maryland or Virginia, I guess. But yeah, this is great. All right, so
Yeah.
take it away.
Okay.
Take it away.
All right. Ooh, wow, it's very orange.
Yeah, I'm telling
I
you. it's
swear, I
golden,
don't have
golden.
like a spray tan or anything. This is just the lighting. It's my very low tech
But it's
standing
great.
lamp.
I mean, it's like
It's
we're
warm.
sitting across. Yeah, we're on the couch across from you. So it's great.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Well, since I am back in New England here at my mom's house in Newton, Mass for the summer, I will play a New England song. This is one that I started writing up in Vermont, in my family's little cabin, and it's called "Still on My Mind." Rain falling across the water, mist is rising on the mountainside, leaves are blooming in the ash tree, robins are looking for something sweet. Where I'm sitting beneath the eaves, not one drop will find me. A little seedling is breaking through, persistent as the thought of you. Looking out into a sea of green, thinking on the years and miles that lie between. It seems so long ago, but you're still on my mind, you know. I go walking through the trees, the water dances over stones. The April morning is clean and new, but a breeze has brought the thought of you. Looking out into a sea of green, thinking on the years and miles that lie between. It seems so long ago, but you're still on my mind, you know. I sat down by the riverside, fearing I could drink it dry, and still I'd not be satisfied. Ooh. banks are full with all this rain, and if they'll overflow, I can't say. The crickets calling in the firelight, and a long and gentle sleep tonight. Looking out into a sea of green, thinking on the years and miles that lie between. It seems so long ago, but you're still on my mind. Yeah, you're still on my mind, you know. You know, yeah. Ooh, my mind, you know.
Look, so now we have Gabrielle wanted to show us her,
She's making a guest appearance.
she is, and showing the weird light.
It's still good. The light's
But
still
look
good.
how it's coming in. It's kind of, it's like actually, you know, Martin Scorsese would be proud.
Oh,
you know?
but she's silent.
Shine a light. Yeah. But you do sort of look a little grayed out by it, but yeah,
Oh my goodness.
this is great. This is,
There she goes.
I hope people are enjoying this as much as we are. Every now and then the personalities just sort of come together, and we really have a great time doing this. This is,
We are. Yeah, it's been fun since the first sound check with Rob.
Yeah. Rob might even make a guest appearance. He might come popping onto the screen, you know.
Never know. Oh,
Oh, there
whoa,
it is. See? Oh,
just
no, it's
like
gotta be
magic.
longer than that. No, come on,
He's
Rob.
just messing with us now.
All right. Okay, what's next? What do we got coming up?
I like right now, or just
Next song.
in
Yeah.
life. Oh, okay. It's
Well,
like
a
how
little
big
each.
is that
Yeah,
question?
yeah, it is big, yeah.
Ooh, I think I'd like to play another one from my most recent record. The album's called Visions, and it's the one that Freebo and I worked on together. And you can find it anywhere you listen to music online. I've also got CDs and vinyl on my website if you're feeling, old school. Actually, I happen to know that on Bandcamp today, I believe they're donating all of their proceeds. The Bandcamp share, all of their revenue is going to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. So if you did want to pick up my album or any of the other artists tonight on Bandcamp, I believe it's until midnight. So that's pretty cool. So this song is, it's called You Just Never Know, and it's one that I co-wrote with my friend Freebo. We did a lot of writing together for that record, and it was really fun for me because I would start with an idea and then bring it to him. And it was the first time I'd done co-writing, and most of my life I've been very solitary about my songwriting. So it's nice to bring in another perspective sometimes. And this is one that began as I was just driving for the millionth time down the Mass Pike, heading west toward Western Mass, and I actually know that road so well. It's taken me all the way to Seattle and back again. So I guess this is my ode to the Mass Pike. I'm westward bound on the turnpike, and the sky is looking like rain. And the farther I go, the more sure I grow. I can't go back the way that I came. I passed the exit that led to my first love. I can't say where he's living now, but a lifetime ago I'd have taken that road just as fast as those turns would allow. Am I covering ground to spinning my wheels? Have I got farther to go? Right around the next bend, it may all be revealed, but the truth is, you just never know. Oh, you just never know. Well, I look to this road for my freedom, and I drove it from end to end, and it dumped me into the ocean, then it sent me right back again. Am I covering ground or just spinning my wheels? Have I got farther to go? Right around the next bend, it may all be revealed, but the truth is, you just never know. Oh, you just never know. I take it 1 mile at a time as I get up to speed along these white lines. I'm alone in the gathering night, adrift on a sea of little red lights. Well, I've left in a hurry, and I've taken my time, driven blinded by love and by the tears in my eyes, broken down on the shoulder with no place to go. And I breezed through the night as I made my way home. Am I covering ground or just spinning my wheels? Have I got farther to go? Right around the next bend, it may all be revealed, but the truth is, you just never know. Oh, you just never know. Ooh, you just never know.
Yep. That's one of those songs that I know when I hear it, I go, yeah, how does she know what I'm thinking? How does she get into my head and realize that I have those thoughts that you just never know, especially driving.
Yes, it's such a driving thought. Yeah, I think that's what good songwriting, well, not to,
I mean, that's the universal
that's how I
concept.
feel, about all the music that I love. It makes me feel like they know.
Man. It's,
Yeah.
It made me very briefly think back to, at one point, I had an extremely fast car, a Shelby, and it was capable of 135 miles an hour. And
Wow.
you just never know, because there was a
God.
time on my way to West Virginia on a pretty abandoned road, an interstate, but pretty abandoned because it was 1:30 in the morning. I was like, okay, this is the time to do it because I'll, if there's another car around, I'll see its headlights. But I couldn't. You just never know. I just couldn't come.
Well,
to
I'm on the
terms.
opposite end of the spectrum. I have here in Boston a 1989 Volvo 240 wagon, whose name is Jane.
Okay.
And I love her very
It's
much,
probably
but
sil- it's
she
probably
is
silver.
struggling at like 55 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Not struggling, but you have to stay on her to stay at that speed.
Yeah. No, it's. But you just never know what's around the corner. That was the issue. It's like,
Yes.
I knew I had control of the car, but I was afraid that if I came around a sweeping curve, that there'd be like a 1989 Volvo in the lane in front of me going 55 miles an hour.
You
and,
never know.
That would have been the last thing I would have remembered. So
Nina's seen that car. Yes.
Yeah.
And actually, I should mention my car, the Volvo, is it's the star of this new music video that I made that's actually coming out next week. It's for my song Getaway Car that is on my new record. And I made this video.
Nina Gibson.
She's seen it, so
post,
she'll
she said,
appreciate me and Jane are the two main characters in the Getaway Car video. So keep an eye out for that next week.
Excellent. Okay. So, it's just good to talk nuts and
It
bolts
is.
and cars and, because that's what really.
It is,
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about him, but I know what I like when I see it.
Yeah. No, I know a lot about him, and it's fun. It's. But anyway, that's not why we're here. We're not talking. There was that show. What was that show? Click and Clack.
Oh,
the
yeah.
NPR show. Two
Yes.
brothers.
They were Boston boys
Right, that's
too.
right. That they were great.
Yep.
But
I miss
right.
them.
what's coming up next in the repertoire here?
Yeah.
Song.
I would like to play a song. Well, I see that my friend Joe Holtzman is watching, and I think I'll just play a song that I know he will appreciate. I wrote this for my father. I know we were talking about Gabrielle's dad a little bit earlier. My father passed away when I was 18, so I've written a lot about him, and this is one that really just evokes his presence and spirit for me. It's called Nothing But You. Gone in a flash, gone in a flame, gone in the dark, gone when I call your name. Under a wave, under the ground, under my skin, and still you hardly make a sound. I look back, and still I see nothing. Nothing but you. Cabin floor, a piece of gold. I'd take anything, anything my hands can hold. A dream that lingers in the light and leaves you stumbling back toward that gentle night. I look back, still I see nothing, nothing but you. What if I wake to find I was mistaken this whole time? But if I'd never lost you, you may never have been mine. Gone in the winter, gone in the spring. The leaves were falling, then I swear I heard you sing. The summer's come, and I look around, and still you're nowhere. No, you're nowhere to be found. nothing. I look within, and still I see nothing, nothing but you.
Wow. Wow. How old is that song?
Let's see, maybe 5 years, 6 years. Yeah, 5 or 6 years.
Ooh. Ooh. It's hard to do this MC, and when, by heart's like it's kind of like returning to its normal beat now. That's a very powerful song. I'm sure when you do that in a show, people will come up and say, yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
And it's really kind of a privilege. I feel that by being open about that in my writing, I do invite people to share that with me. So yeah, I love that.
And then you had to go off to college right about that time.
Yeah, that was actually, my first semester at Smith. And it was definitely a challenging time. Yeah.
Ooh.
The songwriting has been what gets me through those times. So I feel really fortunate that I have that outlet. I've always kind of been able to distill all that stuff into something.
Well, you can write a song, and if people like it, they pay you to sing it, or you can go to a therapist and pay the therapist,
Or both.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you got to write really good songs to get a really good therapist because they're more expensive, but we digress.
Right. Working on that.
All right, so let's see, couple housekeeping things. IMTfolk.org, if you want to make a donation to us, please do. If you're choosing between donating to one of these artists and donating to IMT, please donate just to the artist. IMT we're doing fine doing this, and we're going to continue doing this until we get back to the old ways of doing music again. But
The old way.
the old ways, people sitting in chairs next to each other.
What was that like?
Somebody can put their arm around you when they're talking a song about what happened to them.
David, do you get that feeling where if you're watching a show or a movie lately and you see the people in the movie like touching each other in public, you're like, oh my God. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's.
I remember that.
I fall on the extroverted side of the coin, so to speak. So this is really, for me, it's if the virus doesn't kill me, my wife will. I'm like, holy moly! This has been a hell of an exercise.
It has.
All right. Let's see. So this is your encore piece.
My encore.
Everybody's clapping.
And I just want to say, I can also hear my mom clapping in the next room, which is amazing. I wouldn't allow her to sit in the room with me. So she's like 5 seconds behind out there. It's great. Michael asked if it's Bonnie's Freebo, and I just want to say yes, it is, because I don't know of any other Freebos. I just wanted to answer that question.
Yeah. Boy, imagine if there was an imposter.
Oh my God, just out there posing as him.
He's got some stories.
He does. That's why I hang out with him, for the stories.
Yeah. All right.
So my encore, I just left and came back.
That's right. That's right. You touched the back wall and came right out again.
Yes.
So seamless, too. Okay, so that's it. And then after this, we're going to go to Joey's amazing video, and it's in honor. He didn't make it. Well, yes, he did. You'll see. No more about Joey's video. We're gonna do your encore now. Let's do your encore.
Okay, I'd like to do a song that I often like to end my shows with. This is one of my favorites. It's by Joni Mitchell. It's called "A Case of You." And it's been a real pleasure being here with you. Thank you for having me. Just before our love got lost, you said, I am as constant as a northern star. And I said, constantly in the darkness, where's that at? If you want me, I'll be in the bar. On the back of a cartoon coaster, in a blue TV screen light, I drew a map of Canada, oh Canada, with your face sketched on it twice. Oh, but you're in my blood like holy wine. It tastes so bitter and so sweet. Oh, I could drink a case of you, darling, and I would still be on my feet, still be on my feet. I'm a lonely painter. I live in a box of pains. I'm frightened by the devil, and I'm drawn to those ones that ain't afraid. I remember that time you told me, you said, love is touching souls. Surely you touched mine, 'cause part of you pours out of me in these lines from time to time. Oh, but you're in my blood like holy wine. It tastes so bitter and so sweet. Oh, I could drink a case of you, darling, and I would still be on my feet, still be on my feet. I met a woman, she had a mouth like yours. She knew your life, she knew your devils and your deeds, and she said, go to him, stay with him if you can, but be prepared to bleed. Oh, but you're in my blood like holy wine. It tastes so bitter and so sweet. Oh, I could drink a case of you, darling, and still be on my feet, still be on my feet. Wait, I can't hear you guys.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there you are. Thanks, guys.
That was really...
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good one to send people walking, hopefully, to the merch table on their way out.
I am heading to the merch table after
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. I'm so hot. Is anyone else really warm right now? Woo!
this. It's
Gotta turn
raining
the
where
fan
I
on.
am.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like
Central
a really
heat, you know.
cool summer storm.
That
Sounds
sounds
really
nice.
nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, it was. I did do it on purpose. So. You know.
Oh, man. Exhale. I think let's do this. We're going to run Joey's video, which has a very amazing irony of, it's called Don't Say Anything, but it actually, there's tremendous irony in that title. Joey, do you have any intro words before we run the video?
Thank you.
I mean, about the video.
Well, these are my words, man. I'm almost upset that I have to follow Alice. That was gorgeous.
Thank you.
We're all in the same
Gabrielle,
hot tub.
I also loved every single note of what you played. I feel really privileged to be here. Thank you for having me. Thank you for giving me this video that my bandmates did. I wrote the song and they were really struck by the message, and so they mostly did the video. I'm just insanely grateful. That's all that I want to say. Thank you to you guys. Thank you to my bandmates, Most Savage Gentlemen. I hope that everybody enjoys it and feels something from it.
Oh, we're going to feel something. I've watched it about 12 times. It's the link.
Good.
Here we go.
I've got a government in my head. It's not what it looks like on the outside. And I didn't just come here to break some bread. No, I've heard a disturbance and this is what it sounds like. The rich get richer, the fat get fatter, while we all disagree about which lives matter. The dumb get dumber and the bad get worse, while we praise Mother Earth on paper pages that curse her. The broken are stepped on, the poor get poorer. A mother lost a young son to those who ignore her. But I'm just one of the few like you, so I won't say anything.
A time comes when silence is betrayal.
The calm words of the worthwhile heard by the servile serve to deter from our purpose. Every third word is ductile, charged by our fears and delivered via circus. Cause free radicals and Gentiles make the state of caffeinated Catholics nervous. But if my people have the nerve to unearth what they know they're hearing underneath the surface, it would go. The last one was too close, this time give them 2 votes. The first one has a yes, the second one has 2 no's. And keep those stocks up, we don't want to lose those. Cancel someone's welfare, money's coming too slow. New apps, new shoes, new shows. Mention war on drugs, hit them with some new dough. And I hope you're taking good notes, cause here's the silencer for the gun with the red, white, and the blue smoke. Lock up all the black pins so they can't vote. It's time to set this country back on cruise control. If you're winning the game, don't say anything. If you got a 401k, don't say anything. And so much is a shame, yeah. Oh, but don't say anything, cause it's a beautiful day. of every leaf. And the seeds as they grow, they don't know what we know. Far too many learned it after their release. Their family trees catch diseases, and the roots beneath the tree says there's far too many branches with police. The militarization of our nation's foundation, the wheels and the cogs and the grease. Go beyond where they need it, they beat us, we eat it, we beat it, we whack it, we live it, we bleed. If you've got something to say, don't say anything. You can hope, you can pray, oh, but don't say anything. You can wish that tomorrow is nothing like today. You can miss me when it's my turn, oh, but don't say anything. To the families of ones that have been shot down, don't say anything. And friends of the families of ones shot down, no, don't say anything. To the friends of the friends and families with ones that were shot down, don't you say anything. Unless they come knocking on your door in your town, don't say anything. Oh, don't say anything. Oh, don't you say anything. Oh, don't say anything. Oh, no, no.
It's amazing.
Powerful.
Thank you. I am. I'm really proud of it. Once again, shout out to my bassist and my singer. I'm usually the drummer. We split the singing responsibilities like 70-30, and you know, they did a really great job. My bassist and my singer, they made that video. So I just wrote the music.
It turned out great, Joey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so important now. God.
Thank you, guys. Hey, right before this, the band actually hosted an event on our Facebook page, and so now it's probably up to stream, where we were just trying to help make sure that our community and anybody who could possibly benefit from it, you know, has the resources, and trying to provide also a little bit of courage, you know, to speak out, find platforms, do some research, and make sure that every single person, no matter how insignificant they feel, knows that they can make a huge difference, you know, in fighting for the things that they believe in. You know, even if it's just like posting, "This is not okay" on your own page, that makes a difference.
It sure does.
Be
Well said.
surprised.
Woo. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of the IMT streaming segment for this week. Woo. This was wonderful. Everybody interacted well. The music was great. This is what we're going to do. We're going to keep the music out there, keep it alive, keep reaching out to people. And again, folks, those of you that are still watching, give generously. You know, like Mayor Daley did in Chicago, where he said, "Vote early and often." Here, just pay early and pay often. So give it up
Thanks.
for these fine artists. Rob, you want to poke your head in at some point? I know he does. There he is.
Not a bad night, man. Not a bad night.
It's like seeing Oz.
I know.
It's
not real.
Machine.
It was a wonderful night.
But why don't you tell them about next week? We've got a really incredible show next week, too.
You know, I was thinking we could. We have
Whoa, you got Elena Lacayo.
that. It's already up. Dave Manley, incredible jazz guitarist in the D.C. area. Runs a couple jams, and he's just amazing. Pepper and Sassafras is Jeffrey Pepper and Wendy on accordion. And then Elena Lacayo sings in Spanish and English.
She'll let a fire under you.
Que bien.
Quite,
Yes, she will.
quite radical. You can kind of see you don't want to mess with that. Oh no, she's got that look. I've known her a long time, and you know that's the beauty of this is I know a lot of these people, and I know it's like there's no chance. It's like I know you guys. I knew this would be great, and you guys came up. You yourselves, you were great, and
Dave,
Rob,
the coolest thing
man.
about all this is that we don't have to wait for Alice to come back to town. We don't have to wait for Gabby to come back to town. We can
right.
grab them from wherever they are. And I think that's an amazing... We'll show that as the bright side of all of this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is, I mean, what a
Absolutely.
cool show it would be if Alice, you and Freebo came down, and Joey, you came in, and then Gabrielle, you're making it easy. I mean, what a great show that would be. And then we'd stun the audience because all of you'd get up on stage for a moment and have worked something out, and it would just, it would be wonderful. I mean, it's just, okay.
I look forward to it.
Thank you.
This
Thanks,
is where I don't
everybody.
sleep.
It
You
was
guys were
so
great.
nice to meet you all. I'm
So
going to
nice
look
to meet
around
you.
weird quadrants of my screen to
know.
make eye
There you go.
contact as I say, you were wonderful, you were wonderful, you were wonderful. Good job.
Likewise.
Thank you, David.
Both of you
That's
were
always-
great. Thanks, David.
Seriously.
Thanks, Rob.
All right, everybody, we're leaving the show
Bye.
now.
Bye.
Good
On
night.
to our worlds. Thank you, folks. IMTfolk.org. We love you.